The lasso compels you. Now tell us your truth.
I am not a good test taker. I do not like them.
Hi, my name is Rachel Grimm, and I am the director here at Little Dixie Regional Libraries.
Hi, I'm Abby. I'm the Outreach Librarian.
I'm Taylor. I'm the Young Adult and Adult Services Librarian.
My name is Katie Long. I'm the Children's Librarian here in Moberly and for all of the 4 branches.
Hi, my name is Micaiah. I work in the circulation department, and I'll be taking Which Literary Genre is Your Life?
This ought to be interesting.
If you could travel through time, would you rather go to the future or the past? I'd rather go to the future, I'd rather go to the past, or honestly, I'd rather just stay in the present.
Future is very, very unknown, and I don't know if I'd land somewhere that is actually still land, given how Pangea happened and everything.
It would be cool, but what if the future is bad and I just end up in like Mad Max world? Pros, Furiosa, cons, like everything else. So
let's go to the past.
I'm gonna just stay in the present.
I don't want to stay in the present because this year's not been my year, and yes, last year was not my year either. So we're gonna go to the past because maybe I can fix some stuff.
I would have to say, I'd rather just stay in the present.
I'd rather stay in the present because I don't want to know what's in the future, and I don't want to relive the past either, so...
Question 2. If your life was a book, what would critics say? The plot was meandering and repetitive, and the characters were dull? Pfft. Refreshing, a pleasant surprise. Defiant, immersive, and riddled with angst. A promising premise, but sloppy in its execution. 3 out of 5 stars. An imaginative debut, full of twists and turns, or a modern classic?
Well, none of these mentioned glitter, which I feel like they should have.
Yeah, definitely a promising premise, but sloppy in the execution, 100%.
Probably a promising premise, but sloppy in the execution, 3 out of 5 stars.
Well, going off of what every teacher I've ever had has ever told me, a promising premise but sloppy in the execution, 3 out of 5 stars.
I would start and make it good, and then I'd get lazy, so...
But we're gonna go with a modern classic.
We're gonna say refreshing, a pleasant surprise, because that sounds like a soap ad, and, I'd like to be a fancy soap.
What is the main theme of your life? Young love, good versus evil, overcoming adversity, coming of age, fate versus free will, identity.
Ugh. We're gonna go with identity. The whole be true to yourself.
Probably identity.
Let's say good versus evil. I think there's a lot of evil in the world, and I try to be positive and happy, so I'm hopefully a good force in this world, so we're going to say good versus evil.
The classic good versus evil.
I think the theme of everyone's life is coming of age, because that kind of, we're always growing to become new people, and that's what coming of age books are all about, is kind of learning how to be yourself and live your own life. So I think I'm gonna go with coming of age.
Number 4. What do you like to do in your spare time? Well, there better be something that says reading. Hey, number 1, read or write. 2, play sports. 3, hanging out with friends. 4, watch Netflix. 5, draw. Sneak around defunct mental asylums and just hope I don't accidentally conjure something.
That sounds fun, but realistically, I read or write more than I would do that.
That would be amazing if there was a defunct mental asylum somewhere nearby me, and I wasn't, worried about cutting myself on rusty things and getting hurt.
Probably... I like to read, I like Netflix, and my friends.
Well, the real answer is I play a lot of video games, and I do a lot of crafting.
Probably read or write. It's relaxing.
So we're going to go with read or write. That one seems pretty obvious.
I think I'm going to go reading or writing because I read a book about a day. So I read a lot. I don't write a lot, but I do read a lot. And so we're definitely going reading.
I have several books that I would love to actually finish writing, and there's a whole stack of books that I have at the house that I need to actually finish reading. So that one's more like me.
If I'm being brutally honest, I think of all of these, it's probably watch Netflix.
What's the first thing you do in the morning? Hit the snooze button 15 times or 80. Eat breakfast, take a shower, make coffee, go for a walk, or look in the mirror and describe my physical appearance to no one in particular.
The correct answer is I immediately go back to sleep.
That was cute. So I don't like coffee. I know some people in this video are going to be super duper coffee drinkers, but
Probably hit the snooze button 15 times, but it's actually like 30 times.
I definitely have a snooze button. That just happens.
I mean, it's hit the snooze button, but it's more like 50 times. Your girl does not want to wake up in the mornings.
So I'm going to say take a shower. That's one of the very first things I do, and it's usually within minutes of coming to work because I'm so tired.
Well, if you've ever had a cat or dog, you know you're not allowed to go into the bathroom by yourself, so that's not me. We're gonna go for a walk.
What skill do you possess that will inevitably become handy at a critical juncture? My good memory, my athleticism, my lock-picking skills, my ability to speak multiple languages, my ability to break codes, or my ability to successfully fold a fitted sheet.
If my mother is watching this, I have never folded a fitted sheet.
I have a terrible memory. I tried learning how to lockpick and I wasn't very good at it. I just kept dropping things. I don't have good dexterity.
My lock picking skills. That's where it's at.
Wish I knew how to pick locks. That would be amazing.
It's a secret. I can't tell you about it.
I've studied multiple languages, but I don't really speak them. I have a terrible memory.
I took 3 years of Spanish, and I remember very little.
We're gonna go with memory.
Probably my good memory.
So I'm gonna go with my ability to break codes, not because I think I'm good at codes, but I don't know. I have an approximate knowledge of many things. So I'm gonna go with that because I feel like I have a lot of weird little facts up in the old brain space that could come in handy.
So I would probably say my ability to break codes would be my skill that would come in handy, because sometimes I forget stuff and I can't pick a lock to save my life.
Which of these types of music do you prefer? Indie, pop, EDM, classic rock, R&B, or the Gregorian chant?
Oh, that's hard. Well, I really like indie and R&B, especially 90s R&B.
I listen to everything except for country. I can get down with some metal or some screamo. We can do that.
Probably indie. It's really laid back.
Most of the time, though, I'm usually an indie person, so I'm gonna go with indie.
I do like a good Gregorian chant, I'm not gonna lie, but I'm gonna go pop.
I actually have a CD called The Pygorian Chants by Sandra Boyden, and I kind of love it. But of these, it is classic rock.
Classical rock?
Okay. Which of these genres do you like the least? Dystopian, paranormal romance, realistic fiction, detective novels, psychological thrillers, or absurdism?
So I mainly read nonfiction and comic books. So, I don't really read any of these options.
Probably the psychological thrillers.
I love psychological thrillers.
I'm going with paranormal romance because the word romance is in there, and if anyone knows me, I don't like reading romance.
Probably paranormal romance. That makes me think of ghosts, falling in love or something. I don't know.
I don't really care for realistic fiction. If I want to read about the real world, I read nonfiction books. So realistic fiction just doesn't really do it for me.
Probably absurdism, because I want to be able to see the characters in my head. And sometimes with those wacky books, I'm like, ugh, I can't even follow what's going on. I don't like it. So, that one.
Describe your friends. They're a ragtag group of lovable misfits. They're a bunch of expendable pawns the antagonist will ultimately use to get me. I can't trust any of them.
Yeah, we're lovable misfits. I love them.
I'm feeling a lot of pressure. I'm very sorry to my friends.
I think we're just a bunch of ragtag, lovable misfits.
I'll go with ragtag group, I guess. I wish there was like a, we're friends option.
Because I can totally trust my friends, and they're definitely not expendable.
At this point, I can't trust any of them.
I love you all, but I'm going to say you're expendable pawns. I love you all, but I don't love you that much.
All right, which of these is an example of a real-life plot twist you've experienced? I got an A on a test I thought I failed. My crush actually liked me back once. I got catfished. That time they gave the Academy Award to La La Land. Ooh, scandal. My sister ran off with a handsome cad, thereby soiling our family's good name. Or turns out the school janitor has been dead for 50 years.
I got an A on a test I thought I failed. It's the only one that I think I can recall ever happened in my life ever.
Something that I've experienced. I'm going to say I got an A on a test that I thought I failed. If you've ever lived through statistics in college, you'll know what I'm saying. So we're going to go that route.
Probably passing the test that I thought I failed. I am not a good test taker. I do not like them.
Probably my crush actually liked me back once, and I was shook.
My school was haunted. I 100% believe that. It was true. It was super haunted, and it was haunted by, like, a former janitor. So I'm pretty sure it was anyway. It might have been a teacher. I might be misremembering. It might have been a teacher. Look, it was a long time ago.
And finally, who's the villain in your story? The one teacher I hate, society, Matthew McConaughey, I don't trust him. I love Matthew McConaughey, love him. Oh, me. Someone in my social circle who everyone else likes but I can't stand. Certain politicians, and I'm the villain of my own story.
I'm sorry, I have to. I'm the villain of my own story because I tend to mess things up quite a bit.
Well, I've been out of school for long enough that I can't say it's a teacher that I hate, or I would have other issues I need to sort psychologically.
This is a hard one. I'm going to go certain politicians.
Probably politicians. They can't be trusted.
We're gonna go with, society.
Not to be all, we live in a society, but I'm going to pick society.
Okay, let's see. My results? Horror. Sure. Yes, I accept. I've actually been getting into some horror reads, so you know what? This works. I will take it.
Okay, I got mystery. Your life is a mystery novel. It's just one plot twist after another for you. It sure is. You have a keen sense of observation and a wealth of that word's hard. Knowledge. So it's down to you to figure out who did the thing, how they. Yeah, that's me. I'm like kind of in the FBI because I can figure out everything. So that fits. That works.
All right, are you ready for my answer? Dun, 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 dun. I'm super excited. I am historical fiction. Oh, I need to get a new outfit. Oh, historical fiction. Your life is a historical fiction novel. You have thoroughly a modern mindset, and your corset is a metaphor for the constraints of society. No one expects anything from you besides marrying into a suitable family, so it's up to you to buck the system and achieve your goals. So I'm just saying, if like a duke or, a handsome man is watching this, feel free to holler.
Oh, okay. My genre is fantasy. Surprise, surprise.
All right, my answer. I got fantasy. Ooh.
It says, your life is a fantasy novel full of magic and dark lords and quests that you can complete. Good grief. You might be some sort of chosen one, or maybe get you to choose your own destiny. Either way, you've got a long journey ahead of you, so pack some warm socks. I have lots of those. And don't forget to bring that precious family heirloom, a gift from your father. That's probably really important. I love all the Harry Potter references in this because I'm actually reading Harry Potter right now. And my necklace is somewhat Harry Potter-ish. Talking about books and magic. So fantasy totally fits. I'll agree with that 100%.
Yes, I'm so excited. Does this mean I get to do magic? Cool. Somebody bring me a cool sword and a hat. I have the sorting hat here. I'm already ready to go. All right, I'm pretty happy with that. I don't know that my life is actually fantasy, but I'll take it. Who's gonna complain about getting to do cool stuff? I mean, I guess they usually do have a dark part of the story. We'll just ignore that. We'll skip those chapters. It's fine.